All right, we're gonna go check out the new IONNA station down in the Twin Cities. So we're taking the 2025 Blazer EV SS. Yes, we hear you. So, at 98% right now. We're gonna go in, see here, vehicle status, trip, reset trip 2. All right. And let me see here, we're gonna set the address. So, hey Siri. Sorry, wrong one. Hey Google, drive to 3200 White Bear Avenue, White Bear Lake, Minnesota.
Okay, 3200 White Bear Avenue. Here we go.
All right, and off we go. So we're starting 332 miles of range on there at 98%. So I'm hoping we put in the right address. We'll find out as we go. All right, we have a truck here. We're gonna see if we can get around here. Here, nested. Away we go. On our way, driving by scenic Mille Lacs Lake. So it's kind of a nice drive, at least up this way. Not so much when you get down into a populated metropolitan area. Alright, just continuing on our way. Finally got onto the freeway. Highway 169 heading south, currently 2.9 miles per kilowatt hour, 88%, and pulling right around 20 kilowatts. Driving into Elk River, Minnesota now. We've been maintaining a cruise control of 65 miles an hour up to 3 miles per kilowatt hour. Now it's stating we're going to show up with 58%, and we left with 98%, and it was like 123 miles, I believe, so that wouldn't be too bad to do with 40% of the battery. So we'll see when we get there. Made it down into Anoka in the northwestern part of the Twin Cities. So we're pulling 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour now. Still at 65 miles an hour, projected 60%. So we'll see what it is when we do finally get there. Almost to our destination here. Looks like they got a Culver's there. It's a popular, I guess, fast food to order type of restaurant that they have in the Midwest here. It's rather popular. So 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour and 63% estimated. We're at 64 right now.
In 800 feet, turn right.
All right, coming in here. I think I can see him up there. Doc Super Sports Bar.
Your destination is on the left.
All right, IONNA. Pull up here. All right, moved over to one that we could actually use a plug and charge for. Right here. Again. Alright, I tried setting it up first. Plugged it in. We'll see if plug and charge works now. Alright, we're gonna try using a credit card. See how easy this station is. So it's approved, thank you. We'll see how long it takes. Authenticating. Repairing power delivery. Let's head over to the vehicle and see how it starts up. Alright, see it ramping up here. So we're at 64%. Still climbing. So it looks like it went up to 106 kilowatts and back down a little bit. So right at 64%, looks like we're just above 100 kilowatts we're able to pull in. So, and it said we should only be here for 10 minutes. So that's not too bad. Well, we adjusted the percentage back up to 100%. It says we're supposed to have 347 miles at 100%. So this will at least tell us how many kilowatts, well, the car can pull in minus whatever inefficiencies it has transferring it. So we'll find out. Okay, it's still charging. So we've got at this site, it's like 2 stalls over here. We pulled into it originally is the NACS or Tesla side that would use NACS, North American Standard, and then looks like we've got 3 stalls that would use the CCS 1. So let's see here, anything interesting. So that's 600 max, charging voltage 1000. So that's information there. So, kind of interesting. We pull in here and almost right away we've got had some ICE cars. They come and pull up sideways, just like staring at us, and pulls away. And then another one came up and they're just staring at us. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Could just be a Midwest thing. Then they finally drove off, so after they left, I got out of the car to do this filming. I didn't feel comfortable being out here with them just doing that, so that's unfortunate to not feel completely comfortable at a charging site with people just coming up and looking at you through their car for 10 minutes. So, anyways, but it's going good so far. Alright, after a short debate, we decided that we were going to go try this restaurant here, Doc Sports Bar, which is located right next to the Chargers. So we'll go check it out. Here's another example of people just sitting there staring at you. So I'm not sure what the deal is, but just driving slowly by. Not quite sure what they're doing. Find out. So it doesn't really inspire safe. Alright, we decided to eat at Culver's instead, just because the place over there, it seemed like it was I don't know. They just had pizza there to eat. But we'll head back here. The car should be almost finished, so we'll see how the charging session went. Nice. Blazer SS EV. It's really a great car. The ride's really nice. I'm glad we got back into another Blazer. So, all right. What do we do here? How do we see our current schedule? Really sure. I guess we'll figure it out. There's nothing on the other side, is there? There's not. Alright, well, we're at 98%. So we could just stop it here because we left the house at 98%. So we'll just stop the charge. And we'll see if it tells us what we used. Nothing yet. So you guys can learn with us. Hang that up. And it shows nothing. Nothing. All right, so it doesn't give you any details on what you used, how much it cost, nothing. All right, good to know. Well, this seems like a bust. I mean, we got power, but no info. Nada. All right, well, I don't know what to say about that. If we... All right, well. That was our experience at the IONNA and White Bear Lake in the cities. I can't say I was overly impressed. All right, well, we'll start heading back, and that's it. All right, so I'm just gonna, well, anyway, so it used 14 bucks. We've entered the route back. So when we get back home, we'll just leave the trip there, so we'll be able to see the whole trip. It is unfortunate that we weren't able to see how many kilowatts that we added, because the screen on the IONNA station didn't give any option to see what we used. So we could only tell that we used like just over 14 bucks in electricity to gain 35% of the battery. So unfortunately, I can't do accurate or even reasonably accurate calculations on what we actually used. So IONNA, if there's a way that, or somebody knows how to work that, I guess I'll watch some videos. But yeah, that's pretty disappointing to drive 126 miles and not be able to see the information and get stared at by a bunch of people. But oh well, that's pretty much it. So we will see you guys later. Upon arriving home, the round trip was 262 miles, and the total combined miles per kilowatt hour is at 2.9 miles per kilowatt hour. So we got back with 55% of the battery, so 9% difference between energy going down and energy coming back of the battery. So overall, I mean, the IONNA experience, I mean, the chargers worked well to deliver energy. I mean, without being able to see how much you're using, though, it'd be like kind of going to the gas pump and you just put in fuel until your gauge reads 100% or close to it, and you have no idea how many gallons you put in, and then it just gives you a price. So that was what was kind of disappointing about the experience, I guess. That and people just like in strange cars or whatever, just literally sitting there staring at you through the window. I mean, we had two that did that while we were charging, and I didn't want to get out of the vehicle until those cars left, and it was literally like 10 minutes. And then after getting out and doing some video and heading over to that bar, I guess, just to see if they had anything to eat over there and stuff, which they just had pizza. And we observed it again, somebody sitting there, they're just staring at us through their car window, and then they drive over slowly and stare at the car. So it just kind of made for an awkward experience at that location. So I guess just with the two things, not being able to see any info on what you're getting from the Rechargery and the people that I guess frequent the place around there. So anyways, but we made it back, and overall, I mean, it was a nice trip. This Blazer EV SS, it's just such a comfortable vehicle. We're glad that we picked this thing up, traded in the Equinox EV RS all-wheel drive, which was also a 2025. We went in for first service on that one to have the tires changed, walked by this car on the showroom floor, and ended up leaving the Equinox EV and drove home the Blazer SS. So, all right.